Hey guys, this week on Kombativ, we're testing out some of the newest weapons we recently added to the Kombativ.com website. But before we begin, if you just like this video and subscribe to our channel, that would be awesome. So this week, Amanda's out, so I asked Paris to come and help me out with the video. So Paris went back into the warehouse and grabbed 4 new items for me to review today. He's boxed them up for me, so I don't know what they are. So without further ado, Paris, what is our very first item?
Right here, sir.
Awesome, awesome. So how are you guys doing today?
Fantastic. Love it life.
Okay. You do anything fun this week?
What am I doing this week? Just partying, music, dancing, I don't know.
Okay. All right. Well, let's check out what the first weapon is that Paris got for me. And our very first weapon is the Handguard Baton. Awesome, awesome. I saw that you and Amanda tested this one this week.
We did, and I loved it. It's super cool.
Okay. Well, did you test it very hard?
No, we hardly tested it at all.
Okay, so that'll be good. That'll give me a chance to really test the sucker out, see if it's strong enough to actually survive an attack. So first off, we can see that it does come with this black nylon sheath, and it has a belt loop on it, so we can hang it from the side of our body if we want to. But I want to see the baton itself, so let's go ahead and take that out. That's pretty cool looking. I have not played with one with a handguard before, so that's what I'm pretty interested in this week. Now this does come in a 21-inch and a 26-inch length, and this one is, you grabbed me the 26, didn't you? Okay, the 26-inch length. So this guy actually collapses down to approximately 10 inches, and then when you open it up, a whopping 26 inches long. So that gives you a lot of reach between you and your attacker, which is really, really nice. And I can tell by looking at this that this is made from that black oxidized steel that we see so often nowadays. And this stuff is really, really strong. So I'm glad I get to test it out today. We can also see that it's got a really nice rubberized grip on the handle, which will take off some of that shock if we're striking something pretty hard. I can also tell that we have a spike on the end, which will be great as a glass breaker, or we can use it as an additional weapon. So I'm going to go ahead and close this down, and let's test that as an additional weapon first. So yeah, we can strike pretty easily with that. That's pretty nice. But I want to actually test the baton itself. So here we go. Let's just see how strong this thing is. Okay, I mean, the thing's rocking back and forth. I'm not seeing any bend here at all. Let's see if it closes okay. Oh yeah, closed just fine, opens just fine. But what you guys really want to see is this handguard. So here's how it works. I kind of pull it out, and then we've got this cross handguard. So what that's going to do is that's going to give you a little bit of protection in case someone tries to attack you with a different type of weapon. So that's kind of nice to have. But you should know that if you have an Allen wrench, you can take this thing off and it'll be just a standard normal baton. We can also tell that it does have a wrist strap connected to the end cap, which is nice, so it'll give you a little bit more security to your weapon. But then we can see that it comes with this little grip guard here. So what this does is we can just kind of slide it over the wrist strap and then over the end cap, and it just kind of snaps on there into that groove. And it adds just a little bit more security to your weapon. So if someone tries to pull it from you, you've got a little bit extra to hang on to there. So that's pretty nice. It weighs approximately 1 pound, 10 ounces. So it's pretty heavy, and that's because that's very solid steel. So, I mean, this thing's holding up just great. Gonna collapse that again. Yeah, beautiful. So I like that when they really harden the steel well, and then they can hold up to a lot of abuse. The only other thing I really need to say is check your local laws, because there's a lot of states where these things can be illegal. So just don't get yourself into trouble. But that's about all I have to say about this. So I'm going to go ahead and put this away. And Mr. Paris, what do you have next for me today? There you go.
These out for you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. All right. That was a good one. Good choice. All right. And our next weapon is the Black Hidden Blade Knuckles. Nice. I actually tested these out, I think about 2 years ago on the Karate Mart YouTube channel. And I like them. I like them a lot. One of the things I really like about them is that the casing is made from a zinc aluminum, and it seems to hold up really well. So let's go ahead and test that just a little bit as a knuckle style weapon. The palm guard's a little small. So the way I'd probably grip this, I'm going to try in a swipe fashion first. Okay, that felt pretty good. I could swipe with it pretty nicely. But let's also try with a punching fashion. The reason why I think this might work is because the palm grip is small, so I can kind of wrap my fingers around it a little bit. But let's see if that hurts at all. Okay, it does hurt a little bit, so I would probably swipe with this kind of knuckle duster. But that's not the reason we want to buy this specific knuckle duster. This one has a little button right here, and if I hit the button, out pops a little 1-inch hawkbill blade. So what's so great about that is if we are, say, swiping with it, we can swipe and then just scratch like that. And did you see that wood come off? Check out that little scratch that just did. Very, very nice. So swipe, scratch. I mean, that's going to do a lot of damage. Also, if we want to hold it in more of a fist fashion, we've got this little thumb rise here, so we can just kind of slash down like a cat. And look at that, that just puts some really nice big slashes down the wood. So that's going to do a lot of damage. We could also hold it in reverse grip. I'll just do that. And we could slash like that. See how that just dug in there? I mean, that's pretty nice. So we could use reverse grip. I wonder how striking in reverse grip would be. Okay, it still hurts a little bit. Again, we'd probably want to go to swiping, which feels okay in reverse grip as well. So we could strike and then slash like that. Could do some damage. All very good options for you. Now the hole diameter in this thing is approximately 1¼ inches by 1 inch. So that's gonna fit most people just fine. I've got big hands, fits me nicely, but if you have enormous hands, you might wanna take that into consideration. The height of this is approximately 5 inches and the width is about 2¼ inches and it weighs about 4.9 ounces. Again, I just want to mention, check your local laws because this is not only a knuckle duster, it's also a 1-inch automatic knife. So just check your local laws. It'd be very good to do. But that's about all I have to say about this. So I'm going to go ahead and put this away and let's move on to our next weapon. All right. Thank you, Paris.
This one for you, sir.
I appreciate it, bud. All right, and our next weapon is the Behemoth folding cleaver. Nice, nice. Again, I showed this one probably about 2 or 3 years ago on Karate Mart, and I liked it a lot, but I'll show you why. So first off, it comes with a very heavy-duty nylon case. Normally, I don't say much about the cases, but this one is a really heavy-duty and nice, so I like that. But let's check out the weapon itself. Okay, so it looks kind of weird here, but if I just kind of take my thumb, flick out the blade, and flick it, check that out. That is beautiful. So that's that cleaver style blade that a lot of people like. And the reason it's so good is because it's great for chopping. So like if you're in a survival situation or a camping type situation, it's gonna be great for chopping things. But also it's got this about 90-degree angle here that creates an incredibly sharp point that's perfect for slicing. So this thing just slices right into that dummy. You can see it's just creating some huge slices there. So that's a very sharp corner. Very, very nice to have. Now, this is made from a 440 stainless steel with a matte finish, but this is a very thick stainless steel. We can see that it's approximately 1/4 inch thick, which is great because if we look at the frame lock on this thing, that thing is so sturdy. That blade is not going to come down on you easily at all. You have to really push it to get that blade to go down. Now, one thing I just noticed when I did that is that this does have a very nice ball bearing pivot to it, which is nice and smooth. I like that. But what's great about the design of this is it's got this little curve right here. And what makes that nice is if I put this in my pocket, I can kind of grab the back of my pocket with that blade and out it pops right as I pull it out of my pocket. So that is a very nice feature with this knife. And we can also see that it's got a really nice heavy duty pocket clip there. And then there's a lanyard hole here in case we wanted to add a wrist strap to it. The blade length is approximately 3 3/4 inches. The total length is approximately 10 3/4 inches. And the closed length is approximately 6.5 inches. And it weighs approximately 1 pound, 3.5 ounces. So this is a very heavy duty knife. I love this thing, but I think that's about all I have to say about this, so I'm going to go ahead and put it away, and let's move on to our next item. Thank you, Paris. I appreciate it. Okay, curious what this is. Okay, and our last weapon is the Tactical Flashlight Stun Gun. Okay, I mean, I knew Amanda would do this to me, but I didn't think you'd do it to me, Paris, but thank you. So the thing with stun guns is, and the reason I hate reviewing them is when we review them, I always have to get stunned because we like to check how effective a stun gun is. So that's fun. So first off, this is made from a military-grade aluminum alloy with a black finish, so that's going to hold up for you very nicely. We can see that it has a heavy-duty belt clip on there, which is great because I actually like that type of belt clip or pocket clip, because when you're carrying a stun gun, you don't really want to have them in a case where you got to fumble them around. You can just grab it and use it when you need it. So I like that kind of pocket clip. This specific stun gun has an LED flashlight with 3 light modes. It has a bright light, it has a dull light, and then it has a strobe light. So what's great about that is if you are getting attacked, you can turn on the strobe light and it'll grab the attention of anyone who might be around you. One other thing I really like about having a tactical flashlight is that if you do have someone who's approaching you, say you're out in the woods or something, you can just turn on that flashlight and shine it right in their eyes and say, "Who is it? What are you doing?" And if they continue to come towards you and they get close to you, bam! You can just hit them right in the face. And this specific tactical flashlight has these little grooves up there that would hurt pretty bad to get hit with. So that's a really nice feature of this stun gun. All right, and then we can also see that there is a little safety switch down here. So if we're going to put this in storage, or if we want to use this as a standard flashlight, you'll keep the safety switch to off. But if you turn it on, then that means that your stun gun is ready to go. So to use your stun gun, you just slide the switch down, and then now it's activated, and then all I have to do is hit this button. Ooh, that's a really loud one. That's a really loud one. Okay, so the manufacturer says that this is approximately 110 million volts. If you've seen my videos before, you know that we don't take that number seriously. The manufacturers just throw a random number on their stun gun that's similar to other stun guns that are around the same size. So what we like to do is we like to have someone stun me on video. Now, I just want to say this. If you're actually going to use a stun gun on someone, you want to use it on their neck, you want to use it on their groin, or you want to use it in an area where there's a lot of muscle like the chest close to your heart. But on video, when we're testing these, we do it in the arm because I know it's not going to knock me down. It's just going to hurt really bad and give me a good idea of how strong this weapon is. So I'm going to go ahead and hand this over to Paris. And Paris, it's on and engaged, so you can just hit that button when it's ready. You can test it real quick if you want. Good to go? Okay. One other thing that's interesting about stun guns is typically the louder a stun gun is, tells you how effective it's going to be. So this one is very loud. I'm nervous. I'm already sweating. I'm going to have you stun me right here, Paris. So I'm going to try not to run, try not to cry. Go ahead, Paris. Ah, jeez! Ow. Ow. That was really painful. And what's funny is I'm used to how Amanda does it. Now with Paris, he just kind of rubbed it in there a little bit harder. So that was good. That was really good. Okay, thank you, thank you. Definitely effective. Definitely would be effective. And I can't imagine how effective it would be if it was on the neck, in the chest near the heart, or on the groin. So thank you, Paris. I appreciate that. Now this is rechargeable with the included cord, so that's nice to know. And it has a total length of approximately 9.5 inches and a total weight of about 8.5 ounces. So that's a nice lightweight for this stun gun. But that's about all I have to say about this. So if you guys could just put in the comments this week which weapon you liked best, that's good for me to know what you want to see more of in the future. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to our channel. And check out Kombativ.com because we've got all sorts of awesome weapons on there right now. But until next week, stay combative. But not too combative. I don't want to see anything on the news about you hurting someone or you in the hospital.